Welcome everybody to the City Surrey Showcase, where we highlight the absolutely amazing artists that live, work and play in Surrey. Thank you to the City of Surrey and Creative BC for making this all possible for us. In studio with me today is A-Slam. A-Slam, how are you?
I'm good. This is awesome. Your space here is like unbelievable.
Thank you so much. We've actually been in contact over a few years now. With you reached out to the Music City Centre at the Surrey Board of Trade, and you're a DJ and producer who's recently releasing music or has released music as an artist. So you've kind of traversed from being a DJ and a producer to becoming an artist.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, I think the DJ Khaled effect, like when you see someone like DJ Khaled, you're like, oh, what separates DJ Khaled from like where he was? And because he also had to go through all of that.
Right, he started as a DJ.
Yeah, he
on
also
radio
started as a DJ.
Yeah.
So, and then also people like Dre and like Kanye West blowing the lid off like producers that can rap. Mm-hmm. So it's a lot of like watching what other artists are doing and then like trying to figure out, which one of those also resonates with you. Not every producer wants to rap. Not every DJ wants to produce. Exactly. So you don't have, it's not like that has to be what you do. Mm-hmm. Some DJs would rather be amazing turntablists and compete in like Red Bull. Some just want to rock parties. Right. But for me, it was really like, I wanted to get into releasing original music again. Mm-hmm. So that Kanye West, DJ Khaled kind of path really looked most exciting to me.
So when you first started, when did you first start? And did you start with like vinyl or?
Yeah, I think I was the last generation of vinyl. So I started doing remixes in like Pro Tools. So that's not even DJing, right? That's like more like kind of produced DJing, mixing, and but then to play those songs live, you have to be able to play those songs. Yeah. So that's a whole nother skill.
Right.
So it was still Serato, but at that time it was Serato on turntables. Okay. So I had 2 turntables with Serato. So I wasn't records. I had a couple because you would still have to be able to play records if you ever crashed a laptop, if you ever had to switch DJs.
For sure.
So that's something I think I was in the last generation of people who still had records and turntables. Right. And then obviously technology has progressed that to where it is now.
Did you ever buy more than one of the same record? Like Grandmaster type of stuff back in the day?
Because like that, I know about that because like I'm on the cusp, but I never had to do that because I didn't have to spin that way. Right. They were buying 2 records so they could play like an instrumental on one side
for the MCs to
rap, or even to transition, like make their own intro, so instrumental into the full song. Mm-hmm. So that's why you needed 2 of every record. We were only playing records to like subsequent our laptops if we ever had to like switch or do something. So I never had 2 of the same record. I was just after that generation.
Awesome. And the genre of music that you started with?
Yeah, it's always been in hip-hop. Okay. And then because there's such a beautiful South Asian scene in Vancouver that I kind of got into in university. Okay. So in university is when like I went from just being in hip-hop to also meshing hip-hop with like South Asian influences.
Awesome.
So that's kind of like, and I've kind of always stuck in that world.
So when was the transition from, I'm making remixes of songs that are out there to, I know these artists now within my community and let me create a beat or let me take or sample a certain part of a song and let's put you on this track. When did that happen?
Yeah, so through those remixes, I had dabbled in Reason, so I had also done some original tracks, and other producers were doing beats, and then I was helping them record original songs, and then I was like doing co-production works. So it was always a mix of original music and remixes right from the beginning. It was always like back and forth between the 2. Mm-hmm.
So did you release music like on Spotify? Like when did you start?
That was like before Spotify. This was like putting songs on MySpace. Right. So you would put remixes on MySpace and original tracks on MySpace. Right.
This is the pre-Facebook days even.
Yeah, and then YouTube had takedowns and SoundCloud had takedowns. So like a lot of your remixes would get taken down.
So we're talking like early 2000s.
Yeah, so then you have to put your remixes on your own website or like email them to people, and then you were still burning CDs. And then original music was going on at the same time. So I like co-produced Inez's record, which was like a full commercial released album. It was called Sing Soul Girl. I had done like features with other artists that were like doing CD releases. So yeah, it was always a mix. It was always trying to find that medium. That's why I think people don't understand how easy. It's still like a challenge, but like being able to upload a song to Spotify and send someone a link, and then now being able to upload a remix to YouTube and having it being credited to the right person, so you're not worried about being taken down.
Yeah,
like that. We never had that.
It wasn't that easy back then.
No, it was like, and then you hear DJ Khaled, like, they're like when they're like, we were selling CDs out of our trunk. Like, that's what they were doing.
For sure.
And then at some point they were burning remixes, which became like almost illegal. So like they were like, there was no like emailing links or like posting stuff. You really had to like hustle it out. Yeah.
So,
and borderline illegal. Like, that's what people don't quite get. Like, we were getting YouTube channels shut down.
Wow.
Right? Like, you get your SoundCloud page shut down. It wasn't like,
and you'd have to start over again.
Damn. Be banned, like shadow banned or totally banned. You get like kind of threatening emails from YouTube sometimes. Right. So you're like, oh, like, what do I do? So it wasn't like, oh, I'm just gonna post a mashup on TikTok and it's gonna be
so
fun.
Interesting, because like you think about it, for DJs, it's like that's what you do. Like, you're spinning other people's music,
which live is always you're allowed, but when you're putting it onto a medium,
but
there
it's
was
still
a lot
original
of gray
because
area.
you're creating, like, it's your creativity. Yeah. So where, how does a DJ? Well, back in the day, at least, it was much harder for a DJ to get recognition as, Look at how I'm spinning and remixing this song.
But you also, I would love for them to get credit. I wish I could have printed CDs and been like, hey, we'll give half back to Universe. Like, there was just no system.
There was no system.
So yeah, you can't take away. You're nothing without those original songs. Like those producers, like. Yeah. And now, like, as a producer, you understand, like, there's so much that has to go into production. So I love this system now. I love being able to upload something to YouTube and seeing, like, oh, this is being monetized by, like, Drake and 40, because great. Like, give it to them, because you're still promoting yourself as a DJ and they're getting the royalties from YouTube. So I love where it is now. It's really beautiful.
So essentially, it was really difficult for DJs to, use their own creativity and get, known for it, because you had so many barriers to entry. Like, you just get taken down. Yeah,
like outside of your event where people are like watching you play, like all those recordings and everything that you want to do promoting outside of the event was like, it was really hard. But now, like, the way that you get to say post a remix and underneath, like, say on YouTube, for example, it'll tell you that person's it's win-win. So you're promoting yourself as a DJ, and then, like, say it's Drake or it's Khaled, or even if it's like a up-and-coming artist, like, say it's her, like HER, her, or it's like, who else is new that... There's a lot of, like, or Tesher, like, there's a lot of people. So if you're using even a brand new artist, it'll say being monetized by that artist.
And YouTube does that automatically?
YouTube does it automatically, yeah.
Okay, so there's an algorithm that actually identifies the... part of the song,
once you've like submitted that song to a distributor, which is again easy for every artist. So it uploads to Spotify and it also submits to YouTube for their their algorithm, so they can catch that stuff.
So when you're doing it, because we released, my sister and I released a children's album, and I remember that, when we did it through CD Baby, we actually have to say this is, public domain and put a percentage of that. Do you have to do that when you're going through your digital
distributor? No, because those aren't public domain. Public domain means you get to keep a piece and they get to keep a piece.
But it's still technically a cover. Yeah. So when you're uploading it, you have to upload it as a cover. So let's say CD Baby or DistroKid, they know that it's a cover.
You got it.
Awesome. So during this entire time as a DJ and doing remixes, you'd be performing, of course, you'd be spinning, you'd be doing parties, whatever. Yeah. Would you be doing spinning your own remixes?
Yeah, that's the point. You'd mix your own remixes in with
And what about songs? And what about songs featuring artists? Did you get to like artists that you know?
So I think I'm honestly one of the few that was like, it's very risky. It's very risky, especially when you're on a dance floor and you think no one knows those songs. Yeah, like
you don't want to clear the dance floor.
Yeah, I was one of the few DJs that was dropping like my friends' tracks in like in sets and stuff. Like during club nights and stuff.
So. And how was that? Like how? I mean,
it's obviously super fun, but it's risky, and like other DJs know it's risky too. Yeah. So you can only do it for like a minute. Like, it's easier when the artist is there. If someone's, like, there and you're like, yo,
then you can shout out.
Yeah, you can shout them out. They're there. And usually when they come, they bring some of their friends. So everyone's kind of into it. But when you're just playing it it's a lot different. But I used to do it because I kind of thought of myself like a little radio station,
Right.
and I'm like, I can give
That's
like
awesome.
spinning my friend's songs. So yeah.
So your intention also as an artist, as in a career, was to build a community, as well.
Kind of, yeah. It's
Maybe
the
not-
club scene. Yeah, it's a different. Your community there is more your DJs that have each other back. Like,
Right.
Yeah, but that was just more like radio, like just helping broadcast tracks. That wouldn't get played on the radio anyway. So what can I just play them at a club and like 400 people hear them or whatever?
Right. Did you do it to showcase the artist that you were working with, or more for, here, I created this song with whoever the artist is, let me just see what the reaction is?
Oh, if it was a song that I made, but I wasn't like most of the songs, because not all my songs were even club friendly. Like I remember dropping other people's tracks being like, oh crap, like, yo, this is a banger, let me play that song that's yours.
Right.
So, and it was more, again, it was just more like thinking of myself like as radio and
Right.
being like, can I just help promote these songs a little bit?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're releasing music again.
Yeah.
So you released music,
Took a break,
took a break.
DJ'd like crazy, still did remixes, but really way less original stuff, just
Right.
here and there. And then when COVID happened, I was like, okay, let me dive back to like
Because
what I
you
had
couldn't
started.
perform anywhere, so you're like, all right, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
So tell me about that. Tell me about your songwriting process. Is it collaborative? What?
Yeah, so like what I hadn't done, and I'd actually like earmarked this for myself, I was like, I really need to take like a music production course, because everything that I had learned in music was like either random YouTube videos here and there, or like some really cool mentors like Adam H and like Sean Pierce and Sean Hussein, like all these cool people that Adam had introduced me to as well, that I had like sat an hour with you here, 2 hours with you here, and I'd pulled all these little
Right.
tidbits. So during COVID, I'd always knew I wanted to like take a music production class, and so then during COVID I had the time.
Okay.
So I took like a music production class that was online,
Okay.
and that kind of helped me formalize my process, and that's in Ableton.
Okay.
But they taught most of their course in Logic, so I was like kind of taking what they were teaching in Logic and putting it into Ableton.
Wow, okay.
And then during that course, I'm like working on my own beats, and then at the end of that course, I was like, okay, let me really bang this out. And then that's when I was like, okay, let's take all these ideas and turn them into an album.
And are you rapping?
Yeah, and then I rapped that. I am a lot more collaborative,
Okay.
but that was the good thing about that, because it forced me, I couldn't be as collaborative as I wanted. It forced me to write like full songs on my own. I don't think I'd done a whole song myself ever. I think I'd always had a feature
Wow.
until those songs.
So
came
what was
over.
that like? The vulnerability of having to expose your own spirit in your own song.
Yeah, before COVID, I dated a girl who was unbelievable. I won't say who she is because she's like very public. But because she helped me she like would hear me rap when that stuff that's not on record, right? Like me just rapping over beats that I'm gonna send to someone else, or me. And she was like, no, like you should just rap. Like you actually can rap. And her sister too was like, oh my god, these verses are so good. And I'm like, okay, maybe. So that she honestly like
Inspired you.
I gotta give her so much kudos. She really like was like the fuel on the fire to be like,
Amazing.
okay, maybe I should just do these myself. So her kind of giving me, because I'm never gonna like it. Now I've settled into my voice.
Sure.
But like, you can never hear. You're always like, oh, that guy sounds better. Oh, this rapper sounds
Sure.
better. But someone third party can hear you.
Yeah.
And be like, no, like you sound just as good as.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's how I kind of got the confidence.
So many artists don't like their own voice. I don't
Yeah.
like my own voice. John Lennon didn't like. He
Isn't
was
that
notorious
crazy?
for not liking his own voice.
So, and I saw a podcast later with Andre from Outkast, and he literally had the same story as me. And he was doing all these things trying to make his voice sound good. And like one of the people from Dungeon Family was like, no, that take. What did you do that take? He's like, oh, that was just my normal voice take. And he's like,
That's
just do
it.
that.
That's it.
Like all these other takes are trash. Like
Yeah.
that. And then he had to settle into his voice.
Fantastic. I wonder if Snoop loves his own voice.
Yeah, I think people have already told Snoop right from the beginning. Like, yo,
Yeah, because he's
Yeah.
legend voice. That's amazing. Okay, so has the album come out as a single? So
the whole album is out.
So that's cool. So what's so interesting about you is that you've been in the industry for such a long time
Yeah.
now. So you've kind of seen the arc or the metamorphosis of this industry. A lot of people think and advocate for a singles market.
Yeah.
What was your approach to getting your music out there?
Oh, that's a very deep question. So this would be great for other artists to see. There's also budget and time constraints. Like if you work full time. So if you work full time, how long is it going to take you to finish an album? Are you in school full time? So you need to have a release plan. So my like advice to artists is make sure you're dropping something every week, whether it's a cover, remix, or whatever, and then you're dropping an original song every month. Because
Wow.
I know or a remix, like a fully produced remix.
That's a lot of work.
Right?
Yeah.
It is, but it's a lot easier now on TikTok and it doesn't have to be more than 30 seconds or a minute.
Oh, sure.
So if you have like a full-time job and a full-time career, then yeah, you should just be dropping those as they go. But if you know, hey, I can focus on music for the next 2 months or 3 months full-time, then 100% you should finish a whole album. And then every single that you drop is going to funnel to the album.
Wow.
The thing is I don't want you to staunch your career because you can't finish a whole album. So one of the best example is that Lady Sincere, who's an artist that I work with. She just had a baby now. She worked full time when we did our first song. So we released one single with a great video, and she's been performing just one song. Right? She'll do little, but she would have missed a year of showcases if she didn't have one song out.
Right.
And now she has her second song coming out.
Right.
And then I'm gonna pitch to do like a 4-track EP with her later. So it's not one over the other. You just have to be honest about what you can do in your...
Right.
Yeah. Because if they're like, oh, I can't release one till I have 4 in the clip, you hear that a lot, right?
Right.
And it's a great idea if you're in a position where you can do music more than half of your time.
Right.
But if you can't, then just finish the single, do it great, shoot a great video, get it out.
Well, this is, what's so, the next question would have been, what's advice for some up and coming artists? So that's a great answer.
You have to just have a plan.
Yeah.
Like that, it's like, I see so many, like think if you're driving on a GPS, you're busy, you're driving, you're going on this map. But if one person just goes, oh, I'm going to go there, and they go straight there, they could drive half the speed. They're going to get there faster than you because you didn't set that GPS.
Absolutely.
So you just have to have an artist like release and marketing plan and then stick to that.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So in your case, did you release this full album? So how do you release singles after an album is already out?
Yeah, because I knew it was COVID and I wasn't doing anything. I'm like, I might as well just finish a whole album. I don't need to drop one song at a time. And there's no performances happening right now anyway. So not having something out is not hurting me.
Right.
So I'm like, let's finish the whole album, upload the whole album, and then when I drop the single, it's now funneling to the album.
So what's your process of dropping an entire album and then dropping a particular single?
Yeah.
Let's say if you're doing it through digital distribution, the entire album is out there now. Are you re-releasing a particular single, or are there ways with the digital distributors that you can select which songs are going to be singles later, and then you can highlight
No,
those?
like everything's up, and then for me, like a single needs a video.
Okay, so it's a music video release.
It's got to be a music video. So everything
Right.
is up, and then your video is on Instagram, your video is on, and then bam. And then ideally, by then, you kind of have to choose your first single yourself.
Right.
And then as you're getting feedback, you should let other people choose that second single for you, and then try to shoot another video.
Okay, so that's an interesting question. So in your community, the people that you actually go and gauge feedback from, who are those people? Or is it the fans, or is it your friends, your family? Who is it?
It's gonna be a mix of both. You're gonna see comments like, "Oh, this song's fire." People on DMs like, "Hey, what was your favorite song?" Live, you're gonna feel like, "Oh, the crowd responds the most to this one." So that's why it's nice to get a little bit of feedback on the second single, and that's why I'm like, you need to have 2 singles.
Yeah.
And but again, it's hard. Like, what's the budgeting and what's your time frame? How much do you work versus how much time do you have for music? So yeah, I just don't. Again, if you have a plan, you'll get there. I see like stuff coming out with no plan, and I'm like, this is why you're busy and you feel like you're not going anywhere. It's because you don't have like a 2-year plan.
Yeah, for sure. So are you still available for artists to do remixes for? Like, do you do that as well?
Like, I'm really trying to just do original songs because so much of what I do now is grant funded.
Right.
Like, they want all original stuff. I think remixes for an artist can be part of their marketing plan.
Right.
100% part of their release plan.
For sure.
But I would help them do the original stuff.
Right. And collaboration, obviously.
Yeah, of course. No, like I had my album come out. I'm doing, so Lady Sincere songs just came out, and then there's another artist you're gonna see later, Ariana. She's gonna play with me later. Her single is just coming out, and that would be another example of like an artist that, she's in school full time. Mandy's working full time, and now Mandy had a baby. So it's like, we're not going to staunch your career until you have 6 songs done. Like, let's get one great song out. Let's get one great video out, and let's put it out there while you're working on your next one.
Cool. So one last question regarding social media and regarding TikTok and Instagram and all of that stuff. Because you've seen the way this market has moved, the music industry, what would the advice you would give regarding social media, and what would you do if you were an artist?
Yeah.
If you were, let's say, somebody in the hip hop world.
Yeah, well, someone could literally just follow my Instagram, and some people might not see it. It's funny, people that work in social media, like my friends, they always message me because they see what I'm doing.
Okay.
It's like, oh, I love how you did, oh, I get what, so they get it. And if you just watch what I'm doing on Instagram, like, you'll see there's like some sort of plan there. But if you're gonna take time off and do an album, you don't have to really worry about your social media plan until your album's done.
Right.
But if you need to do work because you're never going to get 6 months off, then like I say, you need to be doing like something once a week. It could just be a cover. It could be an open, this is what I'm saying, it's so easy with TikTok. Open verse challenges. You literally can like respond to Timbaland.
Right.
Like there's this girl right now, so I keep playing the mic. Timbaland posted a screen recording. She then takes her cell phone, responds to Timbaland's screen recording, rips this verse. Timbaland's like, dope. Now you're on Timbaland's Instagram because you just knew like once a week I'm going to do something.
Yeah.
So, and there was another huge song that blew up. Kato on the track did a beat, and then this girl freestyled over it, and then Alicia Keys loved it so much that she reposted it. Then Kato was like, yo, we need to turn this into a song, messages the girl, bam, and now she's on the, and then Tyga did the remix.
Sick.
So you never know where those are going to go. So you need to have a once a week, even if it's an open verse challenge, if it's a cover, if it's an a cappella, if it's you learning piano.
Just put yourself out there.
You need to like focus your energy there. And then in the meantime, like I'm saying, try to work on an original song that's going to come out once a month or once every 2 months.
Right.
So you're funneling to original music.
And apply for grants and, you know.
Yeah, and apply for grants,
you know, look at yourself as a business who's trying to make it happen. And
so you might be like, okay, this week, instead of doing my post, I'm going to apply for a grant. So that's my post for this week is my grant application, right? So it just has to be something every week that's pushing into your music career.
I feel like I've just been in a master class.
Yeah, it's honestly, I say it like it's simple, but this is like years of me working with artists and working in grants.
Right.
But I give the same advice. And I fault you guys, like I don't say this. I'm trying to be an artist too. So if you follow my Instagram, I'm doing the same thing that I tell everyone to do.
Perfect segue. Where can people find you, A-Slam?
Yeah, Instagram. Hussein DJ A-Slam on Instagram.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's your main.
That's everything for me. Everything from Instagram. Then everything will I'll be like, oh, this is on YouTube or this is on Spotify. Oh, but I'll just do the posts on Instagram.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here. So you're going to be performing a song. After who's the artist who's going to?
So Ariana, who I did this song with, Blessed. That's another song that just came out.
Okay.
She is a like phenomenal guitar player. So she's going to play guitar for me, and I'm going to rap one of the songs from my album.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. So stick around, everybody, for Ariana and A-Slam, and thank you so much for watching. Please follow A-Slam on social media and like and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you very shortly.
Yeah, she really wanna ride, yeah, she really wanna ride, yeah, she really wanna ride tonight, yeah. Yeah, she really wanna ride, yeah, she really wanna ride, yeah, she really wanna ride, yeah, she getting in that vibe, listening to too much genuine, wanted me to come over and push it to the side, can you ride? Yeah, you can go multiple times, open up that balcony and do a couple outside, she mixing that weed and wine. Got too much Tinashe on her Spotify. Can I buy a couple bottles of that red wine before I come by? I'm checking in for the night. All black, that's her fashion. Pretty little thing with the fashion over jacket. She wants her secret, I'm fasten. Yeah, you know she's an exam and I'm passing. All black, that's her fashion. Pretty little thing with that fashion over jacket. She wants her secret, I'm fasten. Yeah, you know she's an exam and I'm passing. Sending pics on her phone cause she's chillin' all alone. Yeah, she really wanna ride tonight. I'm the only thing she wants when she's sitting in her room. Yeah, she really wanna ride tonight. Yeah, yeah, she really wanna ride. Yeah, she really wanna ride. Yeah, she really wanna ride tonight. Yeah, yeah, she really wanna ride. Yeah, she really wanna. Yeah, she really wanna ride tonight. Yeah. she getting in that vibe. Listening to too much genuine. Wanted me to come over and push it to the side. Can you ride? Yeah, you can go multiple times. Prosecco on ice, mango haze in her eyes. I came to kill a homicide. How you fit that frame on those perfect thick thighs? 69 plus 1, she a dime. Her brain's so good, I'ma make her my bride. Tiger print, that's her fashion. Pretty little thing with a Fashion Nova jacket. She wants a secret unfastened. Yeah, you know she's an examiner, I'm passing. Tiger print, that's her fashion. Pretty little thing with a Fashion Nova jacket. She wants a secret unfastened. Yeah, you know she's an examiner, I'm passing. Sending pics on her phone cause she's chillin' all alone. Yeah, she really wanna ride tonight, yeah. I'm the only thing she wants when she's sitting in her room. Yeah, she really wanna ride tonight, yeah. Yeah, she really wanna ride, yeah, she really wanna ride. Yeah, she really wanna ride tonight, yeah. Yeah, she really wanna ride, yeah, she really wanna. Yeah, she really wanna ride tonight, yeah. Yeah, she really wanna ride, yeah, she really wanna. Yeah, she really wanna ride tonight, yeah. Yeah, she really wanna ride, yeah, she really wanna. Yeah, she really wanna ride tonight, yeah.